Well, hi guys, welcome to this Moneycontrol live stream. You're watching Midday Market Mood Check with me, Nandita Khemka. Well, if you were expecting a festive cheer to set in on the last street as we reopened after a day-long holiday, well, we are in for disappointment given the fact that we are continuing with the subdued action on the last street on Monday. So, we have a 185 point cut coming in on the Nifty, struggling to hold on to that 950 mark as well. And the Sensex has slumped over 630 points as we speak. What's holding out is the broader markets. That's outperforming the benchmarks, given the fact that the Nifty mid cap index is just about trending the flat line, but the Nifty small cap index was down somewhere around 0.8% or thereabouts. All sectors in the red, led by the banking pack. The private banks are the major culprits. Realty, metals not doing all that well. In fact, almost all the sectors are trading in the red. So it's a sea of red on the Wall Street today. Advanced decline ratio in favor of losers, and if you look at some of the Nifty losers, of course, HDFC Bank and Reliance are the main major drags on the index today. So aside of that, you have BPCL, Apollo Hospitals, Britannia, and JSW Steel who are adding to the pressure. What's doing well is the power pack. So you have the likes of NTPC, Coal India, Power Grid among the gainers today. Axis Bank from the private banking pack is bucking the trend and is emerging as one of the top gainers on the Nifty. So Bajaj Auto and Tata Motors also extending their winning streak. And Tata Motors, remember, has hiked its CV prices by up to 3%. So on the back of that, that stock is up and about. Bajaj Auto, of course, we saw good moves coming in on Friday, extending those gains on Monday, and once again today. In the subdued markets, it's among the top gainers on the Nifty. Let's talk about HDFC Bank in details. Then they had an analyst meet on Monday where they have flagged off worsening of some key financial metrics in the wake of the newly concluded merger with HDFC. And on the back of that, brokerages have come out with mixed reaction on the stock. Most of them have retained their buy rating and overweight rating, except for Nomura. It has downgraded the stock to neutral from buy, and most of the other brokerages have also slashed their target prices, mind you. But speaking specifically of Nomura, they have cut the target price to 1,800 rupees from 1970 or thereabouts, and that's an 8% downtick. And they believe that the negative surprises on four fronts. First of all, the FY24, FY26 EPS estimates have been cut to 5 to 9%, and they've also cut the book value per share to 7%. They're saying that net worth adjustments have a negative 4% impact on the FY24 book value per share. And that's one negative surprise. And they also expect a sharp uptick in NPAs, given the fact that HDFC's corporate loan book had it had quite a bit of non-performing loans, right? So because of that, Nomura has downgraded the stock. But if you look at what the fund managers are saying about the stock, most of them are positive with a long-term view, given the fact that we had Vetri Subramaniam of UTI AMC on CNBC TV 18 today. He believes that he doesn't really see a long-term implication on growth or return on asset for HDFC Bank. On the other hand, you have Saurabh Mukherjee of Marcellus Investment Managers, who also believes that it is still a good play on the long term. But aside of that, Reliance Industries, one stock in focus, given the fact that there was a block deal of 0.3% equity that changed hands worth 4,563 crore rupees. And remember, yesterday it had launched Geo Fiber. On the occasion of Ganesh Chaturthi, the plans begin at 599 rupees. So that stock, under pressure today. So these two stocks are dragging the index down. What's also not doing well, as I mentioned, was BPCL. Jefferies has downgraded the stock to underperform target price of 310 rupees per share. It believes that the EBITDA loss in BPCL it will be there in the second half of the current fiscal on the back of steep losses, steep marketing losses in the wake of a rise in crude prices. So these are some of the movers and shakers on the index. Not a good day for large caps, given the fact that if you look at the Nifty Bank index as a pack, it has lost some around 600 points or thereabouts. Let's talk about the mid-cap end of the market. So what's doing well, of course, is Blue Star. Shares have hit a 52-week high. It was up 17% last time I checked, given the fact that it has launched its QIP to pair debt, and the price, that floor price, is not at a wasn't really at a very steep discount to its Monday's closing price. So on the back of that, stock has now cleared the 900 rupee mark as well, and among the top gainers on the Nifty 500 index. What's also doing well is JSW Energy. In fact, Jeffries has raised its target price on the stock to 500 rupees. It says that growth levers are in place for JSW Energy, and on the back of that, that stock was also gaining somewhere around 3.5% when I last checked. NBCC, that stock is also up and about, given the fact that it has won a 150 crore rupee order, and BL Kashyap is another one that is gaining in trade on the back of an order from Delhi International Airport. Aside of that, we had a new listing, RR Cable, that listed at a 14% premium to its issue price, of 1,035. So good going there. We have a couple of IPOs opening today as well. So you can log into our website moneycontrol.com and check out what the analysts have to say about whether or not you should be subscribing to those or not. Aside of that, if you look at the Nifty 500 indices, the top gainers there are Blue Star, Nazara, Apar Industries, Brightcom, as well as Varroc Engineering. On the flip side, what's not doing well on the Nifty 500 index is the CCL products, Kalyan Jewellers, ITI, Central Bank. I think PSU banks have had a fairly good run, over the last few sessions. In fact, even on a YTD basis, but some bit of selling pressure coming in on Central Bank, and BSC, that has also had a fairly good run under profit booking today. So those are some of the movers and shakers on the mid cap end of the markets. But let's also talk about what we'll be watching out for in the rest of the day. And of course, we'll be waking up to cues from the US Federal Reserve. Remember, the two-day meet concludes today, and the outcome will be announced today at 11:30 p.m. or thereabouts. Expectations are that the Fed will pause on interest rate hikes, but it's the language of the Fed chairperson Jerome Powell that will be really watched out for, given the fact that there are expectations that in November we could see a rate hike going forward. But then we'll be watching out for what the Fed chairperson has to say about the future rate hike trajectory, and what his commentary will be with respect to inflation and the economy, unemployment, and how the job market is faring in the US. So lots of cues to digest. In the rest of the week, we'll also have central bank decisions from Bank of England as well as Bank of Japan. So, second half will be crucial when it comes to, global cues. But of course, in the second half of the session, we'll wait and watch and see whether or not we can pair some of these steep losses that we are witnessing on the Wall Street today, and whether or not we manage to shut shop above that 20,000 mark or not. But with that, it's a wrap on this midday market mood check. I'll be back with closing bell at 3:30 p.m. So don't forget to tune in. Till then, keep watching this space, and of course, for all your other news and updates, stay tuned to Money Control.